episode 11, interview 11. Within virtually, honestly, the last 2 days, we've been interviewing so many people from the industry. I mean, from permanent cosmetic, medical practitioners, regulators, manufacturers, obviously tattoo artists, young and old, and now we're actually getting international tattoo artists. I'm sitting here with Luiz Booth. He's got an amazing, cool last name because we both are fans of Paul Booth. And this gentleman hails from Brazil, but is a Canadian resident, but does a lot of traveling in the for the tattoo within the tattoo circuit today. And he's got a perspective that probably not a lot of us are going to have, and probably some really cool, unique tips, tricks that you'll be able to utilize, but also just get a perspective from somebody who's seeing a lot of different things that we probably don't see. So, you're a busy man. We do appreciate you taking the time to come over and sit down and answer some questions, buddy.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Yeah, very cool.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, let's just start with the easy stuff.
Sure.
We'll start with the softballs. You're from Brazil.
Yeah.
Tell us how you got into tattooing.
Well, it's a fun story because I lost a bet with a friend because I was drawing all his tattoos, and he asked me like, "Why you don't actually tattoo, right?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Bro, I have patience to draw because I drew my whole life, like for bands or merchandising and everything, but I don't think I can sit for that long, you know." And he's like, "Bro, but you should try." So I was like, "No, I prefer keep drawing for you, and eventually you pay for the actually tattoo artist." So I don't remember exactly what was the bet, but like kind of lost, and he brought me like a tattoo like from Amazon, kit, it's super cheap one. So I was like, you know what? It's here. I want to try. So I did my first tattoo on myself, like probably everyone, right?
Wait, what year was this?
Huh?
What year?
2014, 15,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah. So I did myself like a Guitar Hero, like from the game. I was like, well, it was not that bad actually. So I was like, okay, let's try. So after like a week, probably, he arrived there and like, okay, bro, I probably can do that. So I did, and after that, I was like, you know what? I'm drawing for tattoos for like that long, like I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 years before that, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. So I did, and then I did again and again, and I was like, you know what? Cool, let's focus and put all my attention and efforts to do that because I was like related to tattoo, but not actually. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave this way because my mom always says since I was like 13 years old or 14, like, you should tattoo because my mom is the most supportive person.
Oh,
So I was like,
wow.
okay, cool, let's do it.
That's really
Especially because like I came from the music, right? So like playing drums and everything. It's not all the parents want to, kind of the son or the daughter be a musician or actually an artist, especially in Brazil because it's not easy at all. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I imagine. What is the tattoo scene, the tattoo community industry like in Brazil, especially when you're
It's
starting?
Oh yeah, Brazil is big. We have like amazing artists there. Um, I think like all the guys is like very like how can I say, they put a lot efforts to reach good levels because all the supplies in Brazil is way more expensive, like it's super expensive. Machines, for example, sometimes cost the price of the car. So it's like how you can afford that being like a apprentice, for example. Never, maybe never. Charging like a few bucks, bro. You're never gonna buy a, I don't know, like a hot rate machine, a wireless machine. This is gonna be extremely expensive. So you can afford. Like, and I noticed like in North America, if you like save some thousands, you can make the whole setup already for you start tattooing. So I very like appreciate the Brazilian artists in general because like to buy a bottle of ink, just like a 1 ounce is also expensive, like a good brand. So you need to put some efforts to buy the actually good supplies. So yeah, the scene is great. Like we have a lot good artists again, but as everywhere, we have a lot, let's say, problems maybe, especially because people probably here is already being there, but like people start looking at tattoo as a side job in the way like, I need to make some bucks more, so I'm gonna tattoo because it's easy. It's easy. So I noticed like a lot of people is like quitting the jobs like veterinarian, dentistry, or these areas like actually really good area, but it's too busy, so I'm gonna tattoo because it's easy. And I feel like, wow, this is crazy, right? So I think it's kind of too much, but yeah.
So did you move from Brazil to Canada, or was there something in between?
Oh, no, no, no. What happened before COVID? I had an invitation from the studio I'm working in Canada to move, and unfortunately, well, COVID happens, right? So it was like 2 years delayed. So then these 2 years, I run like all the like passport, visa, and everything. So I got the visa from America, like from the States. For Brazilian is really hard. Like we need to, sometimes it's easy to get denied. So I work on that. When I got the visa from America, I got the visa to Canada. So then I moved to Canada after 2 years and a half, let's say. So yeah. So luckily my boss, she hold my position in the shop for that long. But yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, it was really nice. She's an amazing person. She helped me a lot. Yeah, so that's what I did.
So how did you navigate the visa process as a tattooer?
Well, well. So, oh my God, man. So
I
to
imagine it's a
Canada,
lot.
yeah, to Canada was not that hard because I had this job offer. I have the letter of the employment and everything. So we applied for the LMIA and for the work permit. So after all this paperwork, everything, so I crossed the border and I showed to the government. Said, look, I have the everything I need to actually work here. I just want to be legal. And the guy's like, oh, sure, you have all the, everything as possible to actually work. So they just sign up. So, well, welcome to Canada. Pay your taxes. And I was like, oh, damn. But yeah. So this is what I did for Canada. But for the States, it's a little bit different. Yeah.
So you do a lot of conventions in the States?
I'm doing now. Like this is my second. Detroit's being my second convention in the States. I did Philadelphia and now Detroit. But in theory, I'm just a touristic here. Yeah.
You're enjoying the sights.
Yes. I'm just like,
Uh,
I'm working on that, but for the States it's way harder. They ask too much.
Yeah.
They ask press and interviews. It's a lot thing. They ask way more than I think any other countries. It's
Yeah.
really hard to get the O1, I think so. Yeah.
So one of the things that we were talking about before we got on this interview was the challenges, not just with the paperwork, visa stuff, but how difficult it is for you as an international artist traveling to a convention, and the struggles that you have. Can you give us a little bit of that?
Oh yeah. Not just actually like the States, but in general, right? I did Paraguay as well. I did Argentina. So like when you're gonna travel inside the country, we already have like the problem like plane. Sometimes we drive. When you drive is like wonderful. You
bring
you can
everything.
literally bring their whole shop with you, right? But plane like is luggage carry on like has the have how heavy it is. So it's complicated. When you do international, in my opinion, is harder because sometimes you can afford, for example, send your massage table or your armrest or doesn't matter what you want to bring to convention to feel comfortable, at least to work for the weekend. So yeah, I think like the thing I'm most struggling is this like let's say tattoo furniture kinda. This is I think the hardest one, and because most of the conventions they have to rent, but they always rent for locals, and in my opinion, it doesn't make sense at all. Like, why not prioritize
yes.
the international artists first? Okay, they don't wanna, so okay, then we have to, for the locals, whatever, because all conventions have the list and where the country is coming from. So, send an email. It's easy. It's for free. Why not?
So we were talking to Lauren Gregory earlier today,
Okay.
and she was talking about if you've got a suggestion, bringing it to those companies. I think this is a great suggestion that we could look out and talk to any convention promoter
Yeah.
and say, you know, if we're trying to bring the tattoo community together, we should all be looking at our international artists that are traveling the farthest and say, how can we help you to get the tables? How can we prioritize you because you're coming from so far away? And just the promoters, I think, could benefit from that.
Yeah, because for me, I always make fun like, wow, they say, welcome. We're more than happy to have you here. Say, yeah, but they have a booth with a sharp container. Like, and I need a massage.
Paper towels.
Exactly. So it's like, I'm not asking like to, you know, spoil the artist too. Of course, it's amazing when this happens, but like, at least the minimum to work, you know, like, again, because the locals, they can travel with the things. So it's like, in my opinion, like, and also it's very limited, like, you know, like sometimes like 50 massage table or like 100. So like we have a list with like 200 international. Well, is first come, first serve, right? But like give the priority for the international, because usually we're struggling to travel with, you know, special supplies. I know, in fact, this never happened with me, luckily, but like I know a lot of artists, when they gonna cross the border, they can travel with their supplies, or like, or you send back your supplies, or you don't go to the place. So it's like, what do you want? You want to go? So I actually have with me once, I buy all my supplies in the convention, and we know it's more expensive sometimes, you know. So
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what for someone who is an international tattooer outside of the United States that wants to start traveling, or even just even in the United States, going to another country. What kind of advice can you give them that would kind of prepare them for that?
oh, interesting. I'll prepare. First, mental health is very important, because you're gonna hear a lot no's, and they're gonna look at you like kind of, most of the time happen, unfortunately, with me. Um, and I'm not saying about the artists. I'm saying about actually the government. You know, because sometimes they're like, "Why you gonna travel? Oh, you want to leave here? Oh, what the fuck you doing here?" And it was like, "Bro, I'm just an artist. Just want to show my work." You know, and being an artist, like when you have no recognition, when you're not big guy, you know, a big name, I think it's harder. Like I'm no one. I'm still growing. I'm still like going there. You know, I know someone here and there, but like I have no one. I have no name yet. You know, so I'm growing. It's hard because like no one's gonna be flexible with you. They're gonna kind of again look at you like, okay, bro, but who are you? Why are you asking to borrow five liner? You know, kind of. And I think like sometimes some doors is kind of closed, but they're not in a fair way. So people need to be prepared for that, because if you soft enough, you're gonna be fucked. Because I think the tattoo industry right now is way better, but it's still for strong people. You know, like you need to be strong in the way to hear some no's, to understand it's not gonna be easy for you, but if you keep pushing yourself, like working hard, actually, you can get there. You know.
I think that's great advice. Really, I think that's great advice for anybody.
I mean, yeah.
Not just the international travelers, but anybody to just say, you got to be prepared to handle the no's.
No one gonna, you know, it's the same when your girlfriend broke up with you. It's sad, but have nothing else you can do. They're saying like, oh, bro, can I have this spot? No.
No.
You can bitch in the internet. Nowadays, everyone's go to the internet like, oh, this guy's an asshole. No, sometimes he's not even an asshole. It's just don't have a spot for you there. And that's
Yesterday, I was sitting at my booth and I was trying to sell some artwork. And I try to be good with sales. So I was just talking to everybody that was coming by. And after hours of doing this and hearing no over and over again, it wears on you. It's defeating.
Sad, right? Like,
yeah.
what I'm doing wrong?
Yeah. Like, why don't people like my artwork?
Oh yeah.
You know,
especially in nowadays, it's like basically everything in social media.
Yeah.
You know, like you need to do some dancing, because if not, your engagement always going down. And this is so frustrating because like, why, man? I just want to do my work, very good work, show how it looks healed. That's me.
Yeah.
You know, like, but nowadays, if you don't promote yourself in full and deep, the sea of influencers gonna eat you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's we were talking a little bit before too, and like you mentioned, having to navigate all the no's, it wears on you. And also working in a show wears on you. It's important, like you said, mental health. You know, we touched on a hobby of yours, and you even said you like to play music.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, it's important for people to find some way to like offload a little bit, right? And recuperate and re-energize. What do you like to do besides playing the drums, or is that how you like to decompress?
Yeah. Interesting. I usually play drums. Is my safe place, kind of, let's say. And I had a really good idea to get a corgi a year ago, and he has too much energy, so he drained my energy. So is my like, okay, now I can relax. So now we're playing with this dog. Oh my god, But I always say like I like to watch movie. I like anime a lot. So anime, yeah.
Yeah.
So I watch a lot, and yeah, I like to because I'm very like a quiet person at home. I like to, just chilling, So playing drums for me is very good because I'm a quiet person, like more chill, and I play like heavy metal, so it's like completely the opposite. And but for me, it's like my exercise. So I play there, drain my, my like I don't feel tired when I play. That's the thing. So I go take a really good shower. So for me, okay, I'm ready to work now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always suggest my friends like go to therapy, man. Therapy is important. I don't like, don't get me wrong, I don't like, but I know it's necessary, man. Like to open yourself to someone you barely know, it's kind of like, oh, but it's necessary. Nowadays, definitely.
Big sound advice right there.
Yeah.
I mean, kinda, right?
Yeah.
I hear my whole life like, oh, this is not for mans. This is for, for pussies. I'm like, okay, man, I agree. So my whole life I grew like thinking like this way. So I did my first time. I was like, oh my god, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
That
It
advice
feels
is.
good to cry.
I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes who knows, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a bad thing. I think and going to therapy make you stronger
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
listen all this no's and
Yep.
So I feel you make it not make you stronger, but like deal it better with the situation. Especially when you're like a sad person or an angry person, you kind of deal better with your feelings. I think in the industry is really good.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
It's cool because we're like painting this picture on. It's amazing because again, most of the people that are gonna probably watch this, or what I would think would be in our local industry in America, but it's also great to hear. If you want to participate in the let's just say the convention circuit, you want to realize that you're going to have to become a little bit more mentally resilient, tough, right? Know how to understand no, but also as you're taking those no's, know when to stop, decompress, find that way to kind of get ready, and then when you come back to that thing again, and you're navigating, you see the hurdles, you try to figure out ways to make it better. Like I love the idea that for those who are hearing this, if you're traveling big distances, long distances, it would be for any promoters listening, like really navigating furniture rentals and learning how to prioritize them for someone on a long distance. And now with technology, I think there would be really easy programs that would be like, you came from Brazil, right? You came from Canada, like you can reserve this booth, reserve this massage table before you come, right? So I think that's it's good to have this just well-rounded kind of perspective on long traveling, understanding the toughness of it, being resilient, but also identifying problems and realize that those are going to be issues. And like you were saying before, your back's hurting, right? Because you were using your suitcase as your massage as a table
on the floor.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And so if you're going to be traveling a long distance to a show somewhere, really we can talk about this, but do your due diligence, connect with the promoters, let them know that you're going to need something for your health, like physical health at the show. And then that will, again, attract more long distance artists, right? Be like, that's a friendly show for international
I
artists.
think it's the way you feel welcome in the places, right? Don't get me wrong, I did. In all the conventions I do, I always try rent before. One here and there is possible. Most of the place, they say like, oh, we have, or no, you just need to arrive before. And usually, like, you arrive in the day of the convention, in the morning, you need to go set up your start booth. All the guys is here like Thursday or one day before. He's already got all the things. So I was like, bro, just put my name there, and when I'm back, I pay. It's all fine, clear. And like the same you say, internet, bro. Take like what, 10 seconds? Just send an email and say, okay, done. You don't need much, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good advice, right?
Yeah,
Prepare the way for that. Oh.
yeah. I think me like traveling, I feel like I'm gonna be more appreciated, you know, as an international artist. And I think like, oh, but Luis, you can literally get one more carry-on bags, bro. Sometimes it's depend the company, this depend the time is more expensive. We have booth to rent, we have like hotel, like bro, it's not a lot, you know, to make like a hungry artist happy, you know. I can say it's not just me because I hear for a lot of artists different.
If you're carrying a massage table with you, that's more reason for the customs officials to say, "What are you
Oh,
doing here?"
international,
What are you
100%,
doing?
100%. Like, especially in States, bro. Why? Like, oh, because I like to sleep in the airport, bro. Go back.
Yep.
I know a few friends from Europe. They send back with like everything. Like, bro,
Yeah.
you can go, but not your supplies. So what are you gonna do, man? You know, like you fucked. Like you need to travel back. So sometimes you plan your whole trip, reschedule your clients because, like, for example, when I travel for convention, I take a week before off and a week after off. To like just to chill, to organize my thing and make some good merch, like stickers, whatever. Like you plan this trip, so you want to make like not just the organization like from the show happy to you be there, but like to have a really good like place to show for your customer, right? To have like, oh, this guy came very prepared, like actually to show to other artists too, like, oh bro, this is my work. I think the conventions is the, I don't know, for me is the best place to make connections, but not business connection, actual friend connection, like because I met you, like, oh bro, nice to see you again. I
Yeah.
see you there. This is awesome. Like I think as all the friendship, because the internet thing, like people start dating in the internet, friends in the internet, here's the real thing is like face to face, like, and that's it,
Yeah, I agree. That's
Yeah.
where all my tattoo friends come from.
That's it, man. Mine
Conventions.
too.
Oh, that's cool. So what's Luis got in the future now? What are your plans coming up? Traveling, tattoo conventions? What are you looking at?
Yeah, for 2024, I'm gonna still doing convention. I'm focused more in the States convention till I got catch. So I'm gonna keep doing this because I'm working my legal documents now. Unfortunately, it takes time, but I'm gonna still doing Canadian conventions. And yeah, man, my goal for the future is to build my name, to grow in the industry, to like show my work. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, cool. But with you moving to Canada, would there be like a place that people would want to find you there? You want to connect more people on in the convention circuit? How can people get to find you and get work by you?
Online, you can, internet right now probably is gonna be Instagram is the place I got most, or through my website. But I live in Hamilton, in Ontario. It's very close to Toronto, so if you fly there, you can like 40 minutes easily go to Hamilton. And yeah, I work at Dream Studios, so it's a really good shop. And yeah, it's easy.
And what's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Luiz Booth Tattoo. Luiz. Not OU. It's Luiz. Yeah, it's a Brazilian Luiz, not the American one.
And then your website.
LuizBoothTattoo.com.
Cool. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, cool. Thank you very much.
I appreciate. Thank
I
you.
appreciate you coming and getting in front of these cameras and sharing your truths, because I feel like there could be someone out there that listens to this that it can help them the next time they're trying to do a long distance event, and could potentially, I think the whole furniture thing could be something legit that you were a part of bringing it to the industry's awareness.
That's it. I help somehow.
Yes.
I just appreciate that you're an international tattooer. I think that's incredible because we're trying to help bring this industry into community.
Yes.
You're coming from far away.
Yeah.
Maybe not right now, maybe you're 4 hours away, but still, you're coming from a different country.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of effort. And
But this problem happened before, right? So it's not like a right now problem. It's like I'm not going to this convention because it's gonna be too expensive. Usually it's this because you need to do the whole map, right? To travel. And sometimes like I can't afford go, so I need to pick or I go with my whole clothes or with massage bed or this. So you need to kind of pick, right? So most of the time, this is what happened. So yeah.
Cool.
really appreciate it. Luiz.
Yeah.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome, man.
Well, thank you for your time, buddy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.